What is this?
What
is this?
What's going on?
What is this?
Guys, it's Halloween.
Happy Halloween. I mean, oh
Happy
my goodness.
Halloween's Day.
This is good.
Happy All Hallows Eve.
Coming live to you from a basement in New Jersey. I'm Jerry Jaxxx,
And
the
I'm
famous
Tony
porn
Bones.
director.
So,
Tony Bones. He needs no introduction.
I'll tell
Biggest
you what,
porn star in the industry.
I remember about
And he looks like Elvis.
5 years ago, about in 68.
Yeah, right? Well,
We were
it
doing
was
that.
69, actually.
69.
69. Best year ever.
You son of a bitch. We were doing that movie out in the desert, Acapulco.
Yes.
And we were in the desert and I was on a rock.
Yes.
And for some reason, you wanted to wait until the sun hit this certain point in the sky for my cum shot,
Yes.
the money shot.
Yes.
So you kept coming up to me to keep me hard. You kept putting your finger right on my
I
arm.
was just like, oh, come on, Bones. I was like, come on.
Just a little longer.
I was like, you were like one of those basketballs I had. I was just spinning you around. I'm just like
the
come
Harlem
on, Bones.
Globetrotters.
Come on, Bones.
And you know what? I stayed hard, Jerry.
Yeah, and then you know what? That cum shot, it was like swish.
Swish, I splooged everywhere.
Amazing. Unbelievable.
What was the
Unbelievable
name of that- What
performance.
was the name of that picture?
Acapulco.
Acapulco Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what that's where the whole shirt came. I mean, you started wearing gold after that for almost every performance you were in.
And you know what? That was my first film where I starred with Nancy Rax.
Yes. Yes. And you know, yes.
You know what? If I'm not mistaken, she gave me a staph infection on that set.
Oh, she was a dirty one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Isn't it?
Yep.
Wow.
You remember that one guy, Jimmy Bigelow?
Jimmy.
Yeah, he was the man of size, the man of a small stature, as they say
Yeah.
nowadays,
He was
because
a little
you
guy,
can't.
tiny guy, but he had a big old.
I mean,
hog.
if you want me to be honest with you, he was a midget folk. I mean, that's what he was. You know, we can't say that no more. But
Jerry, we don't use those voices.
you know what
anymore,
it is.
man, those words,
but he was something.
he was good.
He had a big hog.
Big old hog. Yeah.
Oh yes.
You liked him a lot. You liked to partner him up with girls that were really tall.
Well, but that's what I was getting at. Is that's where the staff came. He was dirty.
Oh,
Yes.
you'd you filmed a picture with him and Nancy right before
Yes.
so you knew the whole time.
And what was that? Oh, that picture was called "Moms Know Best." Yes.
Moms know best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've seen it. I saw a great 35mm print of that at the
At the Chinese theater.
at the La Hacienda Art House.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They loved our films. I mean, I've done so many events there.
You know what? I gotta ask you, Jaxxx. Did you ever do a Halloween porno film?
You know, we tried doing one. We tried doing a spin-off of the Hamburglar. We tried doing a spin-off of the Hamburglar.
For McDonald's?
Yeah, but it was the horror film. You know, you ever seen the horror version of it? And the Hamburglar comes in, he's like, "Kids, I'm gonna suck your meat." He's just like, you know, he's all crazy because when the Hamburglar doesn't get enough meat from people, then he gets smaller. It's like the burger shrinking up on the grill.
This picture, right?
No. We
remember-
never even got on set.
I read the script. It was called. The title was The Cumberg.
The Hamburglar, yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Great script.
Yeah, you know
The
what?
writing,
You know what it
the
was.
dialogue.
You know what it was? That was like '66, and you know what was blowing up then?
Yeah.
All of the pulp novels. The pulp novels. I mean, people were reading, Banana Time Randy and all those ones. You know, people.
Banana Time
You know, The Girl in Yellow. That one.
Yeah, that was.
So they were kind of just like, well, honestly, we could see this doing better as a paperback. And so.
Oh wait, The Cumberglar.
Yeah, and
You sold it as a novel.
Yeah, we sold it as I had nothing to do with the writing or production of it, but it was just pretty much, we sold the rights to the story.
Did you get any money off that?
Oh yes, of course. What do you mean?
Yeah, you never lose out on a
Are
cent.
you kidding me? What
You never lose out on
What are
a
you kidding?
cent.
I'm gonna count every cent they give me.
Oh,
They pay me.
God.
They pay me in nickels, so it's a real tedious thing.
What do you think? Remember that time it was me, you, Frankie DeChachko,
Yeah, Chach.
Linda Carlisle,
Yep.
Cindy Cinerafis.
No, syphilis. Because
Syphilis.
remember, I would be like, "Oh, there goes Cindy Syphilis."
Ah,
Remember,
yeah,
I would
yeah.
say that.
She was Greek.
Yeah.
She was Greek.
Yeah.
Her
yeah.
mother used to make me the best spanakopita.
Yeah.
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 I remember one time It was Halloween
Yeah.
74.
Yep.
And I don't know if you remember this.
Oh, I don't.
But we were at the Boom Boom Room.
Oh,
Remember
were
on La
we?
Cienega?
Was
Or
I
no,
was
Los Felix?
was I sitting on one of the cone-shaped chairs?
Yep.
I loved those.
And you were you know why you don't remember?
Oh, well,
you were using bad at the time. Worse than ever.
Oh, well, I mean, listen, those days.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What were you taking back then? Because I remember I'd do a little couple of lines with you, but
I was taking.
you would do this one thing. You wouldn't even. It was like a piece of putty that you would roll into a metal pipe, almost like it was a metal cigarette paper.
Yep.
And then smoke the putty.
Yeah. And so
I think
with
you
that,
called it spice.
well, no. That's black tar. That's black tar. So
Black tar.
before I
Black
left.
tar what?
Well, black tar heroin.
Oh.
Before I left Los Angeles, we were doing China White. It was always China White.
China
I'd go
White.
up to the guy and be like, "Where's he at? Where's the Chinaman?" Because that's what I. And we were doing that all the time. We were doing the best skag you could get. But the thing is then I moved out east to the city because during that time the discos were blowing up, and I'm like, well, I need me a piece of that.
City, Manhattan.
So I was doing PCP. I was doing dust. I was doing weed. I was doing steroids. I was doing cocaine. I was doing crack.
You got big for a while. You're taking.
Oh, I was huge.
Steroids?
Yeah, but you know what it is?
Steroids?
My little testicles, they were so small.
Oh, they really did.
Oh,
shrink.
yeah.
I remember one time.
Oh yeah.
Because remember I was gonna get big for that
Yeah.
Mr. Olympia porno
And
film?
you were like, oh, I'm thinking of getting on steroids
I
like
was
you.
gonna take steroids. And
I'm
you
like,
said,
no way, Bones.
You said I'm not gonna let anything happen to that hog. of
Oh,
yours."
no
Yeah.
way.
You said that big old snake in your pants.
Yeah, no
I'm
way.
not risking that for nothing.
Yeah, the thing about your hog is that. So I brought up Jimmy earlier.
Yeah.
Covered in sores and calluses. Your hog has always been clean. Your hog has always been pristine. Your hog is like, it's like when you get a fresh piece of marble and you say, what am I gonna do with this?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. And I've been reading a lot of Trotsky lately.
Oh, he's good. Yeah.
And it reminds me sometimes, and I'm not a great reader. I like to read like the first couple lines of a page, and then keep going.
I read the front and back flaps.
Yeah,
That's what I do.
But what I've been learning about myself is my penis, my cock, as you would call it. I don't think of it as a body part of my own. I think of it as its own being, right? And I'm on my own plane of reality. I'm going down my own road, and the cock's on its own.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're going down the same road together. We're on motorcycles side by side. Sometimes I make that exit out in Clarksville, and he keeps on going, or vice versa. And because of that, and because I was able to learn that about myself, my phallus,
Yeah.
it's nice because I've learned to let it do its thing.
Just
let it be free.
let it be.
Because if you try to control it when you didn't got a hang of it,
Oh, it's gonna just be
it's just not even
squirming.
like the movements. It's just it's got
Philosophically
it's got
speaking,
its own mind.
Yeah.
It's got a mind of its
Well,
own.
they say mind, body, spirit. I mean, in a way, that's
And for
that's
me,
the spirit.
I would say it's mind, body, spirit, and cock.
Cock, yeah.
It's the fourth sense.
I was never a fan of the whole power of threes.
Yeah.
I was always like, it should be power of 11.
Yeah, that's yeah. You know what? And that's why you're such a good writer, because you got that oddball brain.
I mean, that's what it is, honey. That's how we make the money and
We've
make
been
the
working
art.
together for 20 years now, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you got me when I was 16 out of that Boys and Girls Club when I was playing JV basketball.
Well, that's what you like to call it. I would like to call it an ICE detention center, but we can't say
You
that.
son of a bitch.
Boys and Girls Club,
Yeah.
quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
I don't like what they do over there.
Yeah, well.
But you found me, you made me a star, and I just wanted to thank you, because the reason after putting my body to such work that I've been able to keep my cock in such pristine position and shape, it's because you run a clean and safe set. Never have I ever walked onto a set and felt the danger of getting shot by a loaded handgun. I mean, the girls on set got to be,
Yeah.
in danger of getting shot by a loaded something,
yeah.
but not a gun.
Oh yeah.
And it's just a shame. I'm not going to name any names, but when you see the
we know
pictures
who.
getting made today, these films by cheap directors with cheap actors on unprofessional sets. Listen,
Well, they're just shooting off.
they're just shooting off, and that's supposed to be a quote unquote real movie, and they look
Yeah.
at our work like we're fucking assholes.
Oh well, I'm used to that.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's just a shame. But thank you for always maintaining a safe environment where I could let my cock fly.
Well, Bones, I don't even know what to say. I almost would want to say turn the damn camera off, but it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, it's you know what they say. It was like I think the Kendrick Lamar song that it's like royalty.
Yeah.
I say legacy, legacy, legacy. That's
Yeah.
that's what it's always been about for us since the
Legacy's
start.
always been this, after making our last film together before we left LA, Pelvis Presley fucked me tender.
And that was my favorite.
Yeah,
Just saying.
Unreleased.
Just saying.
But it didn't end well, and we moved to New York and we started a new life here. And I want to say it's been going great. The best thing, people don't really know this. After that film, I never worked in porn again. Neither did you. But we came to New York, and what did we start doing? We couldn't stop performing. We became stand-up comedians.
Yep.
So now we're a double act. It's called Jaxxx and Bones.
Yep. Jacking bones. That's right. I'm just like,
bones.
I'm just jacking his bone.
We do some do a little bit of our act.
Yeah. So I'll walk in and
he'll set me up. I'll set him up.
They'll be like, oh, and now introducing this comedian. He's from Los Angeles. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend and yours, Jerry Jaxxx. And then I just come up and I'm just like, oh, just tell him to shut the fuck up. I mean, you're gonna tell me about who my friends are now? And then I do like a little chotch on stage. I'll like snort a little chotch. And then I'll just say like, dick and balls. Everyone wants to talk dick and balls. When are we gonna start talking gooch? That's what I. Yeah. And then and then usually I'll say, oh my God, why is the floor shaking? I thought we left Los Angeles. And then you come out from behind the curtain, and you're usually you're dragging your hog on the ground. Yeah. That's something you got to be careful of. Talk about you're always clean. You're dragging your hog on the ground of New York City comedy clubs.
I know, but then we'll get on stage and I'll be like, hey, Jerry, tell me about the last time you were on an airplane. And then you go,
yeah, when I was on that airplane, you know what happened?
What?
Oh my goodness, here's what happened. Well, I don't remember because I was on so much skag. So, I just fell asleep for the whole ride. But that was the last time I used because it was like, we're moving to the big city.
And then he'll say like, I was on so much skag, and then I'll say something like, yeah, it was a weird date for that too. September 11th, 2001.
And I'd say, yeah, I mean, who would have known, right? And all of a sudden I wake up and I'm like, are we in New York? And they're like, no, sir, we just landed in Washington. And I'm like, get the hell out of here. I thought this was direct to New York. And they're like, oh, yeah, well, we landed outside of the Pentagon. I'm like, the Pentagon? I look out the freaking window. You know what I see? I look out the freaking window. I see the freaking Pentagon.
And this is the surprise. Nobody really knows the story. Me and Jerry were coming back from a trip to LA, and our plane was redirected to Washington, D.C.
Yep.
Because the president at the time, what year was this?
What was that? 2001?
2001.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. I think it was. You're talking about this for the second time.
Oh, 1996.
Yeah.
1996. Yep.
And we wake up and we're like, what? Washington, D.C.
Yep.
And the stewardess says, the president is a big fan of your guys' films.
Yep.
He'd like to meet you. It was a fella by the name of William Clinton.
Yeah, and the best part is they said that he's in the Oval Office. And
we said, what?
And they said,
he's
like, I want their plane to land now. And they said, well, sir, there's no airway for another 8 miles.
And
he's
shut
like,
down the strip.
He's like, just landed on the lawn of the Pentagon building.
It's big enough.
So that's what we did.
He
did a great picture with me. I signed an NDA. I can't really talk about it, but
you made a film.
Well, you know what it is, Bones.
Like private film.
Yeah.
Never saw the light of day.
Yeah, we did it at this really nice island. It was really nice.
Where was the island? What was the name of the island?
Geez, it was this one man. He owned it. This one man owned it.
Oh, I remember you
Jerry.
go out there.
No, I was about to say Jerry. That's mine. His name was Jeffrey, and he's
that
like,
guy
listen.
that we'd catch rides with on his private sometimes.
Well, yeah, because he was a big investor in the pictures.
He loved the films.
Loved him. He was really into the art house
I would
stuff.
go to some of his parties sometimes and just enjoy looking at paintings, meeting some nice young women.
Well, what about the one guy who owned the pizza place? I love that guy.
Oh,
he loved art.
What a
we
good
would
guy. Luigi.
we would just talk art for hours. And you'd be like, look at this.
And
they don't like this.
William, his wife was always in that place. She would always come and say hello when we were having a slice.
Jizzy.
No, Hillary.
Oh, well, I mean, Hillary Rodham Clinton. I mean, fuck that bitch.
Are you not a fan of her?
Oh, absolutely not.
Have you worked with her?
Worked with her. It's a little more sour than that.
What happened?
I mean, it's the simple, Bones. I'm on, Lolita Express. I'm sucking Will off in the bathroom, and this gremlin comes in, and she's like, "What are you doing? That's my," and I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, you stupid cunt!" And then she just starts flipping out on me.
You know what the problem is, man?
I didn't know that was his wife, though. Yeah, that's the whole kicker.
But the thing is, what happened, dude? Remember in the '60s, and we were so into the free love, and when we were making pictures, you fucked who you fucked. You made love to who you made love to. Didn't matter, man, woman,
Bones.
sheep, Tyrannosaurus. It's all the same. And then you got
Support for the Good Crack podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in the men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer just for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code GOODCRACK at manscaped.com. Listen, I direct porno films. This guy, Tony Bones, he's been in all of them. There's nothing we hate more than when the actor comes on set and his hog looks disgusting. Bones, you tell the people, because you know best.
I'll tell you what, folks. I came up in the 70s, man. It was wild back then. It was cool to be hairy. It still is to me, but up here. Not even up here, but sometimes the ladies like it. But the Manscaped would do a good job of that too, but I'll tell you where Manscaped does the best job ever, down there. And I wouldn't be able to walk onto a single porn set with an ounce of my joy juice coming out me if I was hairy down there. And you know what? Manscaped, people don't know this, they've been around since the late 60s. That was before
we can't claim that as fact, but
it wasn't even the 1.0 back then, it was the 0.5.
Yeah.
And even back then, they gave me a Nicholas clean shave below the waist,
Yeah.
And I would walk onto that porn set, and I'd make sure my fucking hog was as clean as a fucking whistle. And I'd go out there, and I'd start slinging dick. How many dicks? 1 dick, 2 dick, 3 dick, 4 dick, 5 dicks. Jerry had me coming 9 times a day. Some people didn't think it was humanly possible. I knew it was, because I had a clean cock, a clean balls from Manscaped. Jerry, I don't know if you remember this. This is back when we were making the film Anacondas in Space, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was about this spaceman named Joy Clintz.
Joy Clintz.
Joy Clintz.
Yeah.
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 Joy Johns
Yeah.
Clintz.
Yeah.
And I was the astronaut, Joy Johns Clintz.
Yeah.
And I flew out to space.
Yeah.
It was a real low budget thing, but it was beautifully shot because, Jerry's a fucking master. But you know where it was mostly beautifully shot? He took a 50 millimeter lens, put it right on my cock, right?
Yep.
And the whole point of the film is that I get, taken captured by this race of alien women who, anytime they find a male, give them this serum from this plant on their planet that turns their cock to the size of an anaconda.
Yes.
Lucky for me, my cock was the size of an anaconda naturally, so it worked for the film. But anacondas don't have hair. They don't have hair.
And they don't want some unless you got buns, hon.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
I needed to shave that thing clean, and Manscaped was there to help me have a clean cock. And I'll tell you what, I got green paint all over my Johnson that day because I was fucking these alien women like there was no tomorrow.
Yeah. And it was great. Their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0, it features a cutting-edge ceramic blade. So that's going to reduce grooming accidents and nicking of the balls. Was it nicking your balls a lot? No, not at all.
Because listen, I'm a porn star. It's my business. It's more important than my fucking face. That
right.
The thing down there has no nicks or cuts or anything on it.
Yep.
Bumps, nothing.
And that's thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology.
Yeah, and you can't walk onto a porn set with a bloody cock. Everyone knows that. That's just fucking porn 101.
Science, really.
Really science,
yeah.
truthfully.
Yes.
It's more like philosophy, if anything.
Yeah.
So tell me about a time that you had to be on a porn set where the Manscaped came and have you used these?
Well, listen, I've never been the performer, but
Well, you've watched me perform many a time.
Many times, but I got a hairy ass.
Yeah.
Okay, you understand? I have a hairy ass.
I know.
And so I like to keep it clean. And the thing is as soon as it starts growing back, it gets all prickly. You don't want to sit like that. So I'm doing it almost every morning.
It's like you're sitting on a cactus that has you.
But you want to know what I love about it, Bones?
What?
Is that using Manscaped, it makes me time the best time. You understand?
Right.
It's great. And listen, there's nothing that's going to help your confidence more than just some smooth balls. Your balls are just,
You know the best part about this, man, is
what is it?
I'm fucking drugged up. I'm doped out. It's the 70s. I'm a porn star.
You're high on skag.
I'm slinging dick high on skag. Then next thing I know, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years pass me by. It's the year 2021.
Yep.
I find this thing in my car, my 78 Chevelle, called an I don't even know how I got it. I was so whacked out. What do? I go to this thing called the podcast app, and the first thing that pops up, the Good Crack podcast. Listen to these two young fellas, Matt Farrar and Joey DeFilippis. And I'm listening, and they said, do you like clean balls? And I said, yeah.
Yeah.
They said, well, listen, we got this product for you, the Manscaped. I said, Manscaped?
Yeah.
I know that from back in the old days when they had the .5 lawnmower.
Yeah.
And they said, we got a new lawnmower for you, the 4.0. And I said, what? How many years has passed?
That's like 3.5 more.
And I was like, I'm not going to be able to get that, the 4.0. But then they said something that blew my mind, man. And I'm a porn star, so I'm used to blowing a lot of things, but never my mind. They said 20% off and free shipping with code GOODCRACK at checkout.
Yeah.
On any, guys.
Yeah.
Not just on the fucking lawnmower, not just on the weed whacker, not just
anything.
on the great ball deodorant. Anything
Any
you order
product.
off of Manscaped right now with code GOODCRACK, you're going to get 20% off and free shipping. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Get every one of their products. Order them one at a time.
Yeah, so help me God, so help my fuck, as they say. You know?
Jerry, me and
Folks,
you like to fucking go out and we like to fuck.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Oh, yeah,
if
we
we
do.
fucked with Harry Johnson's, I don't think the people would have appreciated it.
You're going to wake up with dust. You're going to wake up with vermin. You're going to wake up with all kind of things,
Yeah,
and crabs.
remember,
You're going to wake up
when
with things. You're
When
going
I
to
was
have to burn
first
your hair
starting
off
off
with
in the
crabs.
industry in the early 60s, you didn't shave back then. No one did. We didn't have a manscaper.
You use fire.
I would literally have this bush on my, my pelvic region, and
Yeah.
you would literally, it was like a horseshoe farm. Like
Yeah.
you would see so many little crabs. It looked like fucking, it looked like as if my bush, if you put a flashlight up to it, it looked like an ant farm. You'd see all these little mites and creatures running through
Yep.
it. It was just not good for anyone.
Yep. And so, folks, get
It was
20.
like a zoo down there.
Folks, get 20% off and free shipping with the code GOODCRACK at manscaped.com. That's GOODCRACK. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com with the code GOODCRACK. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Your balls will thank you. Take it from me, porn star extraordinaire Tony Bones Vanetti. Damn. And then you got a guy like Billy Clinton, and his wife gets mad at you when he's jizzing on some 14-year-old's dress, or you're sucking his dick. The wife's gonna get mad about that. That's the problem with society, folks. This is what I don't like. We're men of the 70s and the 60s, and everyone calls themselves so progressive today. But it's not all right for Jerry Jaxxx to get on his knees and take a former president's hog in his mouth on a private jet to a private island.
Ridiculous.
It really is
It's ridiculous.
And
All of a
honestly,
sudden,
it
people are
sickens
so
me.
possessive.
Yeah.
But you know what the best part is, too? You don't think Hillary, she's getting around herself? Come on.
Have you heard things?
Oh, I've heard things.
You know any people in the business that
Yeah, Robert De Niro.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Robert De Niro and Hillary Clinton?
Oh, yes.
They fucked.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh. Yeah.
Long term or
Set
short
of the
term?
Irishman.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So recently.
Halted shooting.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd you got some insiders that gave you some tasty deets?
Well, I hooked up with this director a long time. We were doing lots of blow, Martin Scorsese. And
you guys were seeing each other for a while.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, yeah, but before he was Scorsese.
Yeah, but it was before he was,
he was just Marty with all the blow at the club.
And that was before he was married too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was, good for him. He got on the straight and narrow, but you guys used to have fun, I hear.
I'll tell you, I met
He made that movie, right?
Well, I went to the premiere because I was still working for Luca Lou, and I see his daughter there. Her name's Francesca. I say, Francesca, boy, did I take your father down. And I'm not I didn't whack him with a gun. I whacked him with my mouth, you know, and she wasn't too fond of it.
So
but
you talked to Marty about the whole Bobby De Niro.
Oh,
and
so
Hillary
yeah.
thing.
So Hillary, well, yeah, Bobby, she was doing with Bobby De Niro, you know, all these different, people. They're talking this, they're talking that, they're talking films, TV. No one wants to talk about Bobby De Niro, making love to Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Well, what do you think? They were like, do you think it was just like, like vanilla stuff or hardcore cum jizz bang type stuff? Like, do you think Hillary was whipping out them titties and flopping them around?
I mean, absolutely.
Listen, man. Like, you tell me, you know the details. I would love to know because it's such an interesting thing if you really think about it.
Yes.
The sun rises.
Yes.
The moon rises.
Yes.
And then they both go down again.
Yes.
And then somewhere in the world while that's happening.
Yes.
A-list actor Robert De Niro is spraying his DNA all over former First Lady Hillary Rodham
Yes.
Clinton's breast.
Yes,
And
exactly.
that's what you're saying to me.
Well, that's it. And
Wow.
you know, people, you know, it's they don't want to believe it. It's funny, people they won't believe me when I tell them that, right?
Yeah.
But they'll believe that that Hillary's a lizard person. You know, that's
Yeah.
that's what gets me.
Yeah. And then you know what the funniest thing
yeah.
is? Did I tell you about the night that I was at the movie theater, a porn theater?
Yeah, well,
Sorry,
it's the
forgot
movie
that I have
theater,
to
Bones.
specify.
Yeah,
It's a
but
movie theater
stop.
to me.
Come
Yeah,
on.
fucking
If it was
people.
69, you'd say I went to go see a picture on the silver screen, and no one would fucking
Bat
bat
an
an eye.
And I'm sitting there.
Unbelievable.
And do you remember that one guy that was somewhere in politics for a while? Bush, George, something.
So yeah, but not senior, his son.
Yeah, his son, his boy.
He's the one that would end up ultimately beating out, what was it, Forrest Gump for the election in
Yeah, I think.
or
him
no,
and Tom Hanks.
oh, it was John Gore, Al Gore.
Al Gore.
Yeah.
That guy you worked with. I've seen some of his films.
Yeah, so I mean, okay, so you fast forward, and so anyway, I don't have a job at this point, and
When is this? You mean you don't have a job?
this
that
is
you're
like
not
the
making?
early '90s. Well, yeah, I don't have a job, not making films anymore.
Well, we
I
should
have-
speculate this, guys. Sorry. After everything that happened with Pelvis Presley, Fuck Me Tender, the film, me and Jerry both agreed not to work publicly anymore in that world. I would do private shows.
Oh yeah,
cuckolds,
absolutely,
gangbangs,
Absolutely.
bukkaks.
absolutely.
Privately, people could,
Absolutely.
I needed some coin. I'd come to your apartment. I'd let you
Absolutely.
do whatever you want. You would produce films privately for people
Absolutely.
that wouldn't be shown to the public, just for personal consumption.
Yes.
We don't consider that being in the biz anymore, but you know, we're talented guys, and when we needed a scratch in our coin bank, we'd do what we have to do. So when Jaxxx would work with Gore, all
Yeah,
these
but you know
people.
the thing with Gore is crazy because it really wasn't. It was okay. So I fast forward. I have no work. I must have what, like $300,000 in the bank. So I'm not broke, but it's also not an unlimited amount of money. It's not like Third Horn Investments. It's not just an unlimited purse. So I meet Mr. Gore at the Russian tea bar in Manhattan.
I love the Russian.
I meet him there and I say,
Did
hi.
he ask you to come?
Well, I say, no. I met
Oh,
him
you
there.
just
I say,
randomly-
hi, Mr. Gore. How you doing? Jerry Jaxxx. I made all the Elvis films. Pelvis Presley, Fuck Me Tender.
Yeah,
Because
he
we
knew
had
who you
we had
were.
sent that to so many people in politics. But
Because
anyway,
they were fans. Don't let them
Right.
kid you.
and so I'm talking to him, and he says, well, listen, I have a great job for you if you want. And we would do some work in China. It would be a few months, and then you come back, you make $1 million for 3.5 months of work. And so, for me, the way I see it, that's $333,000, a month, pretty much, virtually. So I take it. And so what we were doing is we were going to China. We were going to Shenzhen. And basically,
I remember I was out in Shenzhen doing Wenzhou.
Well, yeah, Wenzhou.
Yeah, Wenzhou dance style.
Right.
Beautiful.
And so what we were doing out there is he was like, I'm campaigning in 5 years for president. And I said, well, I would vote for you.
Oh, he knew that far in advance.
And he was like, listen, I need my in. And so we started setting up all these satellites throughout Eastern Asia and a little bit of, into Africa a little bit. We went down there, and they're basically these satellites that there's, Zhu Wen in China can sit on the computer and be like Blizzard, and it'll just be a blizzard. And so ultimately what we were doing is we wanted to manipulate the environment. And so now, fast forward, he's running for president. He says, what's the biggest threat to America? Climate change.
How did you fit into this plan?
Well, I was doing labor. Those things don't build themselves.
So you didn't do any filmmaking on these sets?
Oh, no, I didn't do any building either. Don't get it twisted. I was just sucking these guys off. Yeah. Listen, a Chinaman can work an average of 16 hours until break. At hour 15, I'm giving him a Suzuki with my mouth. And he's going 7 more hours.
Jaxxx, that was a different time. You can't use the word Chinaman anymore. They're called
Chinese.
They're called Chinese people.
Yes. Yep.
I'll tell you what, man. I did not. That was when you disappeared for a while in the late 80s?
Well, it was 93 at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. What am I saying?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then I thought but didn't you do some work for him after that when he was running?
I mean, I would clean his kitchen floors. Bones wasn't work, you know. I'd sit there in a cute little dress, bent over, and clean the floors.
What about, what we never really talked about, and this is a deep cut that not a lot of people know about. We get to New York after Hard Love. I mean, Elvis Presley. We're out of the game. I said, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. Sadie ruined me. And you said, some years gone by, you were doing private work. I was doing private work. We were doing the stand-up, open mics, hitting the stand in the cellar every fucking chance we got. And you said, Bones, I got an idea. You don't want to be in front of the camera. I get it. What about play acting? Do you like theater? And I said, theater? Cats is one of my favorite musicals. Memories.
Oh, Cats. I used to just love walking around. I'd walk around the streets in Midtown, and I would just look at people, and I'd go like, this is what I would do. I would look at them, and I'd go like, just fucking.
You love that music.
Oh my God, my favorite.
Yeah, there was a while where you would just exclusively walk around.
It's about time a hairy pussy has its time on stage.
Yeah. So then you said, I know you like theater, Bones. Because me and you were always going to the theater. We would always go. We'd see a lot of Broadway shows together at that time.
Yeah.
We'd go to see Phantom. Do you remember that?
I remember Phantom.
I remember I really thought I could get the lead role because I could do that whole thing where it was like, gentlemen, lot number 384, the chandelier from that very fateful night.
Right.
Perhaps we could awaken the memory of that ghost with a little illumination. Yeah, so we were doing that.
Yes.
And then you said, what about this? Porn is for the film, but live porn acting is for the theatre. Why don't we put on a show? I'll direct it, you star. We'll do 8 shows a week.
Yep.
Just you on stage, railing out chicks.
Yep.
What do you say? And I said, listen, it's never been done before. I don't know, Jackson. What did you say? You cut me off really quick.
And I remember the selling point. I said, what if I told you we're going to turn the heat up to 87 in the theater, and it's going to be the steamiest show on stage?
And
since,
I said, first you had my attention. Now you have
my heart.
Now you
I
have
would
my
hope.
heart. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Bones.
So then
Come
tell
on.
people about that show, because that was an interesting time. What was that? That was 98.
Well, it was an interesting time because we're putting on Broadway shows. They want to send us. If it was up to them, they would send us to the red light district of Amsterdam. But we're like,
somehow we
this
got
is New York,
theater.
baby.
We got the.
This is New York.
What theater did we get for that? We got the.
Jordan Roth's theater.
No, we got the O'Neill. We got the August Wilson.
Yes.
That's where we saw Jersey Boys a couple years ago.
Yes.
But we were there 5 shows before Jersey.
Yes.
August Wilson Theater.
Yes.
Right off Times Square.
Yes.
And that's. First off, it's very atypical to get a play.
Yes.
Not even a musical, but a play in a Broadway theater.
Yes.
And we had the first ever porn play.
Yes. The
So
PP.
tell the people.
It was the PP.
Yeah.
I was
porn
like,
play.
you gonna come see my PP tonight? And everyone's like, oh, I'll be there. And I'm like, well, it's good.
So tell people about the show. It's an incredible experience.
All right, so here's the
I
show.
really got to sink my teeth into
Right,
that.
let me get all intellectual for you.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. Psych, here's the show. Bones on stage, meaty hog, women in bed, and he's just railing them out. Open curtain, closed curtains. That's the show.
Don't undersell yourself ever, Jaxxx.
I mean, that's just me.
I would never take a part.
That's my Achilles heel.
I would never take a part if there wasn't a beautiful script and a beautiful story behind it, because everyone knows Tony Bones, Vanetti, does the porn for the story. It's all about the story. Yeah, sure I got the cock. Sure I got the looks. Sure my pelvis fucking rocks like a fucking jackhammer on the 4th of July.
It does.
Sure I'm able to last upwards to 14 hours on stage.
Yep.
Just straight fucking.
Yep.
But
Yep.
all that is superficial to me, man.
Yep.
It's all about the story.
Yeah.
So
All right, so fine. Let me dive in a bit. I wrote this script on a crazy, dust bender. I mean, what
Doing a lot of dust at that time.
What is it? His name is Carl Reed.
Because you wanted to deconstruct theater and plays itself. You were really looking.
I wanted to Bones.
It was
Bones.
August Wilson. It was Charlie. It was all the. Great
I wanted to
playwrights
be.
put
I wanted
together.
to be the Tennessee Williams of Dick.
You were
know what it
the
is?
Tennessee Williams of cock.
Bones. What it
The
is
Arthur
is
Miller of coming.
my life is a rebellion, Bones. Okay, my existence is a statement. You understand? So when I'm getting into a production, whether it's paperback, whether it's on film, whether it's on the stage, I go in and I say, what can topple over society as we know it?
Yep.
And here's what it was.
And that's
Carl
why I respect
Reed.
you so fucking much, baby.
And right back at you.
Thank you.
Carl Reed. Okay, he's a woodsman. Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Is that or is it a woods person?
A woodsman.
He's a woodsman.
Is a person, a logger.
He lives in Oregon. He lives in Oregon, and he says, you know what? I'm tired of the small town blues. I'm moving out to the Apple, which is a little bit of a parallel between you and me in Los Angeles, And he moves out to the Big Apple, and he starts going to school in the Upper East Side. He's going to college there. And every time people see him, he just looks like he's on dope. And he sees him and he's like that. And so pretty much he's on dope, but he's railing out all these women. Mm-hmm. And little does everyone know, he has a whole operation where he's stealing laptops from the school. Okay? He's stealing personal computers from the school.
To pay for
well, no, because he has to pay for all the women. They're ladies of the night. They're not free. I think 1 out of the 68 women that are in the show is supposed to be a civilian. The rest are all hookers.
There was literally a cast of 82 people.
Well, no.
Women.
The cast, it's 69. 68 women plus Bones, 69.
Yeah.
But then you're counting crew.
Yeah.
Anyway, Carl Reed, he's stealing laptops from his college. He's living out in the big city. He's trying to escape, small town blues in Oregon. He's piping women down. And then the last scene, he's in bed with 9 women.
Well, you forget that there's a beautiful love story at the heart of it.
Well, yeah, I mean the woman who's given him all the laptops at the school library.
Yeah.
But she's bound. I'm not going to say to what, because they're given the climate. I can't, if I say, oh, she's,
What?
And that your imagination can drive you wherever you want. All right, she's, trying to catch me riding dirty, and so they physically can't have the love they want to, and so she says, "Listen, I'll give you laptops instead." He says, "Yes, that'll pay for all these hookers I'm sleeping with."
And then
they run away to Oregon. The door kicks in when he's with 9 women in his bed, and it's her, and she says, "They're coming for you. I've always loved you. We need to make it work." The door kicks in again. It's the feds. He's been stealing laptops.
But you don't remember this. So, guys,
I was on a lot of dust.
There's 69 characters in this show. It's me and 68 women. But Jerry always forgot that they're in the last act, because this is a 3-hour and 45-minute play, 3 acts, 2 intermissions.
Yep.
In the last scene,
yep,
there's a 70th cast member.
Yep.
And it was played by none other than Jerry Jaxxx himself, and he played the FBI. Do you remember that?
And I kick in the door.
Can we do the scene? Do you remember the dialogue?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do it.
Because your character didn't sound like you. You really got into the character, and you were a hardened criminal.
Oh, yeah.
You're like a hardened cop. From Brooklyn, I think you made the character.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to really get, I sink my teeth into every role, so I really learned to do an Oregon accent.
I mean, you want to do it?
Let's do the scene.
All right, let's do it.
Do it right from the door kick in at the top of scene 79.
Okay.
So I'm there just fucking railing.
All right, and then you get this.
Oi. Who's lying?
This is the police. Open the door.
What? It's the police.
Boom! Door kicked in.
Where are you? Hey, police! Everyone, put your hands up.
Hey, sir, sorry.
Are you Tony Bones? Are you the guy they call Tony Bones?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, well, I'm the police chief, Ray Romano. You're going to jail.
Sir, Mr.
I don't want to hear it, Mr. Bones. We have a warrant out for your arrest.
No.
You're stealing laptops from colleges all over New York City. You're going into libraries pretending to be a student to steal laptops.
No,
for what?
Can't
to
do
solicit
this
prostitutes?
To me.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bones. We're going to have to take you away.
Now, hold on just a minute.
My name's Ray Romano.
Mr. Romano, I got a story to tell you. I was just a young man from a mining town in Oregon, but I was built to be a logger. I broke my daddy's heart. I broke my mama's heart because they all worked in the mine shaft. And you know what I did? I went to cut down trees and logs because that was what I wanted to do. And then you know what? I learned about sex. I learned about fucking. I learned about it plain and simple. So I went to the big city where I knew I could fuck till my heart went bad. And I got there, and I needed to pay for it somehow, so I started stealing laptops. Yeah, you're right. You caught me red-handed. But you know what, Mr. Romano? I don't regret a single second of it. And if my girlfriend here, despite that she's bound by something that doesn't allow her to move like you and I think she's got a heart of gold, and I won't ever let you take me away from her. Now, what do you think of that, Mr. Romano? What's your first name? Who are you?
I'm Ray Romano.
Ray. Don't you have a heart, Ray?
Well, that's one of the most touching stories I ever heard, Mr. Bones.
Thank you.
You know what? Yeah, maybe. I got this badge a long time ago, Mr. Bones, and gee, I don't know. I thought, I was going out to do some good in the world and, take down the bad guys, but, maybe I was the bad guy all along.
Maybe.
He takes his gun out.
Mm-hmm.
He cocks it.
Maybe I've always been the bad guy, and I shouldn't be here anymore.
No, Mr. Romano, what are you doing with that there gun?
Mr. Bones,
no.
You are no longer under arrest.
No, please. And then it cut. The lights go black. The lights went black. It was crazy. Lights go black.
Yep.
Jerry's body's taken off stage by 4 of the hookers. I stand there in a silhouette. All my clothes are off. 2 crew members come up behind me and lay a white drape over my head and shoulders, kind of like a Christ-like figure.
Yeah.
And then what happens? Really slow music starts, violin, and then the orchestra builds in, and the song's a little unfamiliar at first because we needed time for your costume change.
Yep, I had to change.
I start singing with the band, and then out of the blue comes Jerry Jaxxx on wires in an angel costume.
Mm-hmm. I'm the fallen angel from Los Angeles.
He's Ray Romano still,
yeah.
The FBI officer that almost took me down, but took his own life to give me the freedom that I needed because of my hardships. And we do a duet like this. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. When you rise in the morning sun, and
I feel you struck me in the pouring rain. In the moment that you wander far from me, my name is Ray Romano
again. And you come on me in a summer breeze, keep me warm in your lap
and you softly leave. And it's me you need to show.
How
Ray
deep is your Romano? How deep is your Romano? Ray is your Romano.
And then that's the part where then John Wilkes Booth comes in and he's like, you guys are doing cum shots? Well, I got a shot of my own, and then poof, poof,
yeah, and then start shooting
us.
Fire. And then the thing is, it's cool because it's kind of like an intense scene where you think
it's really meta.
You think our characters are dead because we have all these squibs and bloodshot wounds, and John Wilkes Booth looks at what he's done, puts the pistol in his mouth, blows his head off.
Yep.
And then the lights go out again.
And then
all of a
John
sudden,
Wilkes Booth comes down on wires.
And then we pick it up right where we left off. 'Cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down.
My name is Ray Romano.
I belong to Ray Romano.
I'm Ray Romano.
And that's where the show ends.
Well, yeah, and then they got a lot of, they got a lot of inspiration. And a few years later, Everybody Loves Raymond came out, and that's all based off of our stage production.
Isn't that crazy that the character of Ray Romano from Everybody Loves Raymond was based off of what was the name of the play? Woodsman in the waiting for the woodsman.
No. You know what it was? Waiting for Mr. Reed to come. Folks, Third Horn Investments, I've made a lot of money on their sports book with their no-loss policy. It's great. I'm betting every night of the week, and I'm winning every night of the week.
I've made money on their cryptos, Cockcoin and Brettcoin.
Cockcoin, Cumcoin, Asscoin,
Brettcoin.
all of that, and Brettcoin. And what's so great is that, 321, they're going to get a little crazy now. They want to get into new fields. They're in publishing. They're in commercial real estate. They're in real estate. They're in everything you can imagine except
porn. They were in films, but they weren't in adult films. And
no, they were not.
Everyone loves a little spice to their films first.
And what's funny is Jimmy Bloom has a little film of himself that he doesn't like to tell people about. And I said to him, Jim, if you don't start investing in porn, I'm gonna blackmail you.
Yeah.
And so,
there you
folks,
have it, folks. Jerry and Jim, they're friends a long time, right?
Jerry and Jim, they used to
they-
be our duo name.
They work together,
Yep.
and we're just so pleased to announce the official partnership between Jaxxx Studios, or as it's fully called, Jaxxx Studios, and me, porn star Tony Bone, the premier actor for the studio. They're going to be funding all of our films from here on out. And listen,
Yep.
the adult film industry is
Booming.
booming. You know, Jerry and I are just thinking about all these new ideas that we could do with this huge investment. Maybe we do CGI porn. Maybe we make my cock look smaller like a normal human so that people could relate to it. I don't know. Let's get fucking creative here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it.
We can make porn in space.
Yeah.
We can make porn in Russia.
Yeah,
Well,
so
you're the brilliant guy. Give me an idea of what you could do with this money.
make-
You're used to working with $10,000. How would you like to work with $10
make a
million?
porno in a school library during school hours.
Well, why would you want to do that, Jerry?
It's immersive.
But that doesn't really cost like extra money. Like I was asking. You to use your imagination.
Oh, that's what you're okay. Do a porno in a school library during school hours, but we get paid $5 million each to do it.
Folks, you're gonna go to thirdhorninvestments.com and
/goodcrack,
and you're gonna use the code Jaxxx Studios plus Tony Bones are coming all over the place.
and you're gonna get. I think they're still doing the 10,000. Yeah, I mean,
Well, here's the
the money's
beauty of it.
still your money is still gonna go towards like the sports
Yeah,
book and all
But
of that.
Here's what you're gonna get with a different levels of investment. If you put the normal amount in, if you put in any amount, you're gonna get a link to 5 of our films. If you put in $10,000, you're gonna get 5 original prints of our films. If you put in anything over $50,000, you could come and watch me perform in one of Jerry Jaxx's hardcore porno films.
Live.
And if you put in over $100,000, you get to be
star
my
in it.
co-star of one of
Yeah.
our films.
Yeah, you do.
Jackson Bones.
Yeah, you do.
Come Blast Media.
Yeah, that's that.
Third Horn Investments, folks. Tell them the Good Crack Boys sent you.
Tell him and tell Jimmy B that we have his livelihood on the line. Yeah, we do. Oh my goodness.
Rating for Mr.
But
Reed to
but
come.
it's spelled like COME. Like he's coming over, but it's a play on word because we're waiting for him to come to New York.
I thought it was CUM.
You know, I was on a lot of dust at the time.
Yeah, you were. What a beautiful show. Took
That
the
was
life
good.
out of me. Imagine trying to fuck 68 women every night. 8 nights a
My
week.
goodness. I cannot imagine it.
It was nuts.
Oh my goodness.
You put me to work.
Oh my God.
You milked me like a Christmas cow on Thanksgiving.
It reminded me of a hairy Christmas ham.
There was hair and liquids and juices everywhere.
Oh,
You know, actually, after we finished the run of that show, they had to that theater was condemned, and they had to strip all of the
Yep.
seating and the stages
Yep.
out of it.
yep. They turned it
Because-
into a Trader Joe's.
No, it was still the theater.
Yeah, that was
the
that
Trader
was the
Joe's
joke.
was next door.
Yeah, that was it.
But they just had to replace everything because they just said they went through with one of those black lights. and
Black lights. They're
They
just
said
DNA and
every
everything.
surface of that theater had
was
DNA
covered.
on it.
Yeah, well, the Big Apple. That felt good.
What?
All of it.
Oh, you're breaking character?
Yeah, I'm back.
End scene.
End scene. Oh,
How
God.
long did we go for?
38 minutes.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't even know how we come back from that.
Well, how about... All right, so here's how we come back. Can you imagine what it would be like for a kid to ring the doorbell and Bill Cosby's in the doorway? Oh, the kids are going to come and get some candy. Boom.
Dude,
I got a couple of chocolate bars.
What would you do if I knocked on the door and I was a child and you're Bill Cosby? How would it go?
All right. Well, hello, is it one of my sing?
Hey, I know you. You're Bill Cosby.
Oh, we're going to get some candy. I'm going to give all the candy to the kids. They're going to go bing, zing, bang, boom.
Sir, aren't you accused of sexually assaulting and raping?
Oh, that's the
several
funniest thing I heard one of these kids say. They say the darndest thing was Zimbabwe. I'm going to go have you coming up in here and go to zing, bang, boom.
My mom said I can't take candy from you because most.
Oh, your mother doesn't know what she says, and when I go be saying, wow. Yeah, take a little candy. Why does it taste like rat poison?
This tastes like Rufflin.
Zoom. Yeah, don't have too much candy. We run around the neighborhood like Zoom.
What else do we got? If you've lasted this long, folks,
Oh,
you'd
man.
love to hear about the Socratic method.
Yeah, dude. The Socratic method is one of my favorite methods.
Joey and I were talking
Of
recently
argument.
about how we love the Socratic method because it really is the superior way to talk to people and argue and you know,
Yeah.
have conversation.
If you use the Socratic method on someone,
Derived from the philosophical,
Socrates.
philosopher Socrates or
Yeah,
Socrates.
Socrates. Socrates, man. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, so it would probably just go a little something like this, like,
My name's Ray Romano, and I'm on the TV show Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, that's true. But are you really on the TV show Everybody Loves Raymond?
Well, I mean, physically speaking, yes, but I guess what is a TV show?
What is a TV show?
I don't know. I guess it's a program on the television that, people are going to watch every night.
What is a television?
I mean, I guess a television is it's a technological device that you're able to watch different programs of people acting when they're not there with you physically.
Yeah.
I'm Ray Romano.
What is acting?
I guess acting is reaching some sort of truth, pretending to be something you're not.
But what is truth?
I'm Ray Romano.
Yes, you are. And
end scene.
and scene.
Like, here's another one. A cop pulls you over.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be the guy I pulled over. I'll be
Okay.
the cop. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Roll down your window.
How you doing, officer?
So, you know why I pulled you over tonight?
No, I got a slightest idea, not at all.
What? Listen, son, I'm gonna need you to speak English. All right?
I'm speaking English, all right. This is how we
Yeah.
talk. This is Queen's English.
Yeah, it must be one of those Canucks. Yeah, well, listen, you know why I pulled you over tonight?
Why is that, sir?
You were swerving on the road. So, what are you? You drunk? Is that it? Are you drunk driving?
If I had to think about it, maybe I am drunk. I had a couple pints down at the pub with the lads, and I could be drunk. Yes.
All right. All right. Well, that's not good. What is drunk?
I don't know really. What is drunk? I guess it's when you drink enough ethyl alcohol that your brain is deprived of enough oxygen to impair you. It impairs your motor skills, your speech function, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, but what does it mean to be impaired? Because I could stub my toe and I'm technically impaired for a few seconds. So is stubbing my toe getting drunk?
No, I wouldn't say that, but impairment comes in all shapes and sizes, really. Impairment could be stubbing your toe, but in terms of the alcohol that I was talking about, it's a certain type of impairment that has been outlawed, truthfully.
Wait, hold on. Are you Milo Yiannopoulos?
I don't know
Dude.
who that is in the slightest.
All right. I'll keep it going with you. What are you on drugs? Is that it?
Well, if I had to say so, perhaps I am on drugs.
What are drugs, though?
What are drugs? I don't know. Maybe drugs are a chemical makeup of something that... I guess I will use the word in pairs again, but...
Yeah, but what's chemicals?
Well, chemicals are a no, not necessarily biological, but a makeup of things.
Like
Ingredients.
So makeup is drugs.
No, not like makeup like for women's faces, but I mean like when things come together. When they...
So like Legos. Legos, they come together.
Well, I
or
guess-
people having an orgy.
I guess you could compare it to an orgy of Legos.
So are orgies drugs?
Well, I mean, in a sense, yes. To the right person. To the right buyer, that is.
And scene.
And
See?
scene. Yeah,
Socratic method.
that was good.
Jesus.
Isn't it crazy that you could teach people all these things with the Socratic method?
Yeah.
I can't stop talking like Tony Bones.
Yeah.
Let me get out of it.
Yo, guys, so I'm going to be on Succession this Sunday. I'm really
Hell
excited
yeah.
about it. You guys can see me. It's going to be at the 10-minute and 12-second mark. They're going to be on 6th Avenue. I'm going to be 7 blocks down in the background. I'll be very minuscule on the screen, top right corner.
Just you'll just need some binoculars, but you'll be able to see me. I'll be on the TV for less than a second.
Awesome. Yeah, and
so that's cool. I got a lot of love on Facebook for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And folks, catch me this Thursday on Gossip Girl's reboot that's coming to HBO Max.
Yep.
There's a scene that takes place at Carnegie Hall when they go to see a show. And if you look in the back row of the top orchestra, if you look really hard in the top left, I'm wearing a blue top, you'll see me.
Yeah.
Very excited about the gig. Thank you to the director, Phil Abrahams.
If you just use the zoom function on your TV and zoom in like 300x, you can you look clear as day. Like you look like 7 pixels, and you can tell it's you.
And tell them about your other gig that you just got.
My other gig. Oh yeah, dude. So I'm gonna be on an episode of what's the skateboarding show with all the chicks? Skate Kitchen. What is it? You know what I'm talking about on HBO. It's But I'm gonna be on.
Girls.
I'm gonna be on that. And so they're gonna be at Lower East Side Skate Park under the bridge, and the camera jerks up, and if you look up at the subway that's riding over the bridge, I think I'm in the third cart that drives by on the bridge. Again, zoom in 500x, and you can if the 1 pixel, you'll be able to make out my beard.
Dude, and you know what? I saw the early reel of that. You're really good in it.
Thanks, dude. Yeah,
dude.
I was Subway Rider.
Speaking of Sopranos reboot coming out next year.
Let's go.
Just got cast, guys. There's a scene where they're at a bar and they're inside the bar and I'm outside the bar behind a wall. There's no windows or anything, but I was outside during the filming. Mm-hmm. So you don't really see me in the scene, but if you just kind of if you watch the scene, you could definitely feel my presence.
Yeah, definitely.
And it was just the role of a lifetime just to be working with David Chase and all these great actors.
Yeah, that was
really,
cool, dude.
Really humbled.
That was
it was very cool.
You only hope to do stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, this is why we do it. This is why we got into it.
Dude. It reminds me of when we were in Creed, dude. During the title fight. Remember? We're
oh, Creed.
Section 314 nosebleeds.
Yep.
You remember the part when he looks up and you see the lens flare coming from the ceiling?
And that was why we got featured, because if he looks up at one point and people don't really know this, but he's looking at us. Dude.
Yep. I mean, there's thousands of people, but it's us. Yeah.
He was said guys, I'm gonna look at you two out of the thousands.
Well, they gave us earpieces because they're like, all right, Michael B. Jordan's gonna be looking up at you now, and then we had to just be like,
too. We auditioned for that. Yeah. What else do we have in the pipe? We went to Korean barbecue this week after not doing comedy. We just went to go support our friends.
Yeah, I was.
Frankly, we ran out of things to say, folks.
Yeah, and then I took a few tokes of the devil's lettuce.
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah.
I love some.
So then Patty's like, yeah, you guys can go up if you want, and I was just like, I may go up. No, go up.
Well, the problem me and Joey have been running into is we're both very busy. And we do love comedy, but between trying to work all day and then try to get to comedy, it's hard to actually write comedy. So we got to write comedy. And then we'll go
I started doing that. I've been writing more. But yeah, dude, Korean barbecue's funny because what I like about this place is, kids eat at a discount. Like every other place. If you come in with
we talked about this place, I think.
Yeah, we did bring it up, and their rule is great. It's children under 4.5 feet eat 50% off, and it's cool because you know how at bars, when you're at a bar, they'll have usually behind the bar they'll have a hall of fame, so to speak, of all the fake IDs that they take from people. What I love about this place is they have their own take. They have a photo wall, and it's called the asshole wall, and it's just pictures of all these kids all these genjibus who are pretending to be 4.5 feet or shorter, and they're all 4'6", 4'8", 5 foot, and they require the parents have to take a photo with them so they could just be look at these cheap fucks, So I thought that was really interesting. Do you want me to go live so I could just do the stand on my phone?
I think this would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Could we go live together?
No, because you're on the account. Did you end it?
Yeah, I ended it.
All right.
We'll get some guys. This is the first time we're going live on Instagram during a podcast. I'm thinking they could give us some ideas of what to talk about because we just spent 38 minutes. For you guys that don't know, our fans at home, these costumes and the characters we did were the characters from my hit thesis film, Hard Love. It's a 15-minute short film about a notorious 70s porn star and his best friend, who is a porn director. They're at the top of their game, and my character has a breakdown on set because, it's his ex-girlfriend that he has to do the film with, and it's a great film. It's universally acclaimed and loved, and we thought we'd break him out with these costumes for Halloween. So we went right into character. It was the first time we've been in character in 2 years, and I gotta say, it felt great. Felt like nothing had changed.
Yeah.
Do we have any audience yet?
Yeah, we have some audience in here.
Just guys, give us an idea for a sequel to a porn movie. Who do we have? Donna Deef? Mama Deef is in town?
Look at that. It's my mom.
Tell her we're doing Hard Love too. What kind of movie we should do? Do we assassinate Reagan? Do we assassinate Kennedy in the film?
Jeez, what? Did you see my screen is like... Did you see that?
What?
My screen was like... Oh, boy! Oh.
Do we got any suggestions
Yeah,
yet?
take your thing out.
Who said that?
Matt Tundis.
You
know what? I'm gonna fix this really quick.
How are you gonna do it?
You know what I'm doing.
So guys, it's a great film, Hard Love. What else do we got to say? Halloween's coming up. We're recording this on Friday because we got Halloween plans on Sunday. But now we can't really read what anyone's saying.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, you know what? I'm really looking forward to, it's a topic every year. They say watch the candy. I don't know. It's funny.
They say watch the candy.
Watch the candy. Watch the candy.
What do you want me to watch the candy for?
My father used to tell me all the time. He'd say, we're going to drug all these kids tonight.
My father would say, I'm putting razor blades in all these apples.
I'd be like,
so these fucking kids stop coming and enjoying their Halloween.
He'd be like, what the hell is going on? And he'd tell me, he'd say, listen, we're going to put antifreeze on bologna
and give it
and
to the
put it
kids.
in Kit Kat wrappers. And I was like, but why, Papa? Why?
This is if Adam Sandler was the type of person to poison.
Adam Sandler?
Yeah, if you put razor blades in apples or in candy. Hey guys, for Halloween I'm giving you Kit Kats, but there's razor blades in them, and asking, woo, woo, don't eat the Snickers. I put rat poison and weed in them.
Hey, how you doing? My name's Adam Sandler. I'm really excited to be here. And
I'm gonna poison your kids this Halloween.
And then Norm Macdonald's like, I'm going to give all the poison to these kids, man.
Yeah. Why? I never got that, man. Why would I give kids free drugs? I paid for the drugs. I'm going to take them.
I'm going to take them.
Drugs are expensive, man. But then this one time I met a really cool kid at the door, and I said, you know what? You know what I think? I'm going to give him some free weed, right? Turns out the kid was fucking allergic to weed. He died on my doorstep. Hey, guys.
And so then the next kid rings my doorbell, and I say, whoa, you know what it's like? You ever have an imaginary friend? And he's like, yeah, I had one of those a few years ago, and I was 7. I'm like, well, now you have one that's physical. I gave him the carcass. He just gets it right off my doorstep.
How you
doing?
I'm Adam Sandler.
It's Halloween.
I love Halloween, and I just started dating a golden retriever. No! I just started dating.
Gee, I thought first and second grade were easy, but social studies division.
You blew it! I got an idea. You know our good friend, the waitress from the diner whose name escapes me now?
Yeah.
What was her name? What was her fictional name?
Like that.
Yeah, what was her name?
Fuck.
Emily.
Emily, that's what. Yeah, Emily. Yeah.
What would happen if I, an 100% Italian man, I as a child went up to her door and knocked and said trick or treat?
She'll open.
Let's do it. I'll be a kid.
Yeah, do it.
Trick or treat.
Oh my God! It's a gabagool. What are you doing?
I'm Elvis, ma'am. Can I have candy now?
All right. Well, listen. I know you wops love Halloween. You know why you love Halloween so much? Because the free shit just keeps rolling in. You love the free shit. Listen, I'm going to give you candy, but you're not going to like it. It's not going to be spaghetti. It's not going to be meatballs. It's not going to be Fidel. You know what it is? An Almond Joy. You like Almond Joys?
I guess.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? You look like a coconut. You eat meatballs that look like coconut. and you're a ginzo. You're a dirty, smelly ginzo. And you're going to eat the almond joys, and you're going to have a hard time digesting it.
My dad emigrated here from Italy, and we're Americans now.
Yeah, well, you know what they should have did as soon as you got off at Ellis Island? They should have did a 180 and walked right back on the ship.
People emerge. Oh yeah. We
Hey,
haven't
everyone.
seen her in a while.
I know, I haven't gone to the diner in a while.
Yeah, I'm running out of steam over here.
I know, we really gave our all in that fucking first.
That first 38 minutes.
We literally improv for 30. Should we just get back into it?
Yeah, I mean, what do we got? We got like 5 minutes to spare,
Wow, we already are at like 55 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow.
and we still got to do ads. 321 cigarettes. You did a big thing for us this week.
Dude, 321 is back in the headlines.
I know.
are
Did you
showing.
see cigarette sales are higher than ever this
That's
year?
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy.
That's awesome. That's good. That's
Hey,
good.
I got an idea. Let's close it out with this. What would happen if Bones and Jaxxx smoked 321 cigarettes? Or should we do that for the ad?
We could do that for the ad. Yeah.
Fuck,
They
then
don't
what do we do
deserve
for
that
these
right
last
now.
5 minutes?
Last 5 minutes.
Podcasting.
Podcasts.
Guys, Manscaped.
I'm gonna be simple about it. It's been a hell of a year for cigarettes.
And who's to thank for such a thing?
3,
Two.
2, 1 reason to smoke cigarettes.
Guys, 321 cigarettes are the best in the business. And when you're talking
The
about our
healthiest too.
business,
Just saying.
yeah.
Just
And
saying.
I need both of those things. I need quality and I need health. Because I'm out there fucking 90 women a day.
Mm-hmm.
But what do I need? What do you do after you have sex? Anyone knows this. You lay back, you sit back, you light up a cig. And, you know, we're fucking pumping out these films 4 or 5 times a day. We're doing Backdoor Sluts 1, Backdoor Sluts 2.
Mom
Backdoor
Knows Best.
Nurses, Mom Knows Best 4. Mom Knows Best 9.
Anacondas in space.
Anacondas in Space 4. The Return of the Anacondas.
But what's one thing they all have in common, and just like sex alone?
I gotta smoke a cigarette after I film them, you know? And, you know, after the sex that I'm having and how much of it I'm having, and all those smokes I need to have after them, that could be an expensive set. Our budget's gonna go 91% to cigarettes. And on top of that, the cigarettes that I was smoking was unhealthy. Didn't allow for me to get hard. It gave me erectile dysfunction. I couldn't get my cock up. My lungs were shot. I couldn't fuck like I wanted to.
Right.
So then Jerry one day runs into the fucking studio like a bat out of hell and says, Jaxxx! Jaxxx! That's how he sounds.
And I say, Bones, and I say, I got it. I got the answer. And everyone says, what is it? And I say, 3, 2, 1 reason to smoke cigarettes. 3, 2, 1
me
cigarettes.
A carton of these things. I'm smoking them. They're healthy. They're clean. They give me the nicotine.
Those guys, Joey and Matt, they talked about it on the one pod that we listened to. These cigarettes are going to help your sex life.
Yeah, they help your sex life too. There's actually a chemical and
Yeah.
a natural. People don't know this.
It's like a Viagra in a stick.
In a stick. But it's natural and healthy for you.
Right.
And that's why it's so good.
Cures COVID, cures cancer, cures every venereal disease you can think of.
Doesn't
Cures
cure
anything.
those first few things, but it does cure.
No, it does. It does. You're going to tell me no, and they're going to demonetize us. But no, it
cures
does.
herpes.
It does.
Cures gonorrhea.
It does. The man
Cures the clap.
Yes.
Cures syphilis.
Yes.
Cures HPV.
Yes. Yes. Dr.
Folks,
Anthony Fauci smokes these things.
What we're trying to say here is 3, 2, 1 are the best in the biz, and when you're in our biz, you need the best.
Right, and so with that said, you're going to go to www.321cigarettes.com/crack, and you're going to use code Jerry Jaxxx and Tony Bones. And this is so great because with the good news in the cigarette sales, they're going to give you five times the cigarettes for the price of one. You're going to get 5 boxes for the price of one box.
Let's say you buy 1 cigarette, you're getting 5 cigarettes.
Right.
You buy 1 box, you get 5
boxes.
But let's do the math here. You get 5 boxes,
25.
25.
100 boxes? 500 boxes.
500?
2,500 boxes. I had to use the math.
10,000 boxes of cigarettes.
50,000 boxes.
50,000
Yeah,
boxes.
yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so, hey, smoke them if you got them, folks.
Smoke them if you got them.
Because I sure know I am.
Jaxxx Bones 2024.
Jaxxx Bones, out.